Yeah, recordamos. I hope it's right because the last time Sasienza Lendo, this sound official video, it was beautiful. Anyway, so today guys, we're back. Hopefully this year I'm going to post more often, but I'm not promising anything because it takes just a lot of time, especially having to film using the angle guy YouTube and then having to use the angle guy Instagram. For me, I feel like it just takes a lot of time, and sometimes converting the whole thing, some people are good at it, but for me it's a skill that I need to learn. But anyways, welcome back to the channel where we do DIYs on the cheap side, but today we're not talking about that. So in South Africa we have certain stores that create beautiful home decor. Is it home decor? They have like home decor, they have your linens, they have all of these things that we need for our homes. Basically, they don't really sell like furnitures, but some of them on this list do sell furniture. So today I'm just going to be rating stores according to their prices and what I think it's valuable or it actually makes sense. So we're going to start with the cheapest going higher, I think. This video is not going to be long. I think I'll do 3, and then if I think of something else, I might as well just shove it in, you know. But anyways, one store that we're going to start talking about is pephome. I would like to compare pephome and the second store, but I still feel like pephome is cheaper than the other store. So basically, pephome in South Africa is like, there's PEP clothing, there's pephome. Pephome is like a new division because pephome is not like really old in South Africa. But anyways, we do have pephome. I think in other countries in Africa, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure, you can correct me. But anyways, with pephome they have like these trending items, and some of the items they're actually not even really trending, but it's like beautiful decor items. I'm talking from glasses that you could find in higher end stores and then you find them at pephome cheaper. Their cutlery, from plates to anything that you can think of, basically. Mostly for me, what attracts me with pephome, it's their vases and their throws. I always find throws very expensive. I don't know if it's just me, or I don't know, or I just love to save money and buy things cheap. But also what's nice about it is actually like high quality. The stuff that you buy from pephome, if someone doesn't know pephome, they wouldn't really necessarily tell that you bought the items from pephome. So most of their stuff, they range from 60 Rand going up. I would say the most expensive item you can find at pephome would be for 400 Rand, depending on what you're buying. But for 400 Rand, there's a lot of things that you can buy. Actually, if you are renting, it makes much more sense. You can buy items there. If you are starting out, that is, you can save yourself money and then you just go at pephome and buy things there. They're nice, cheap and affordable. So I would highly recommend pephome, which is the number 1 on the list. I feel like they have very much reasonable prices and they're cheap. And I mean, who doesn't want to save money? And the second store, I would say it's Value Core. Now, Value Core is not really like big in South Africa. I feel like there's, in most places, there isn't Value Core. I know that there's Value Core in Joburg. I know that there's Value Core here in Cape Town. I'm not sure about other provinces. I believe in KZN they do have. But I would say it's just a store that is like still coming up. They have beautiful items. Basically for me, Value Core is like Chinatown on steroids. Because their items are very beautiful, but in a way you can sort of tell like the quality. That is just my 2 cents in the story.
What about the quality?
What about what?
The quality. What do you mean? What about with the quality of it?
Like I'm not sure the quality of their stuff. Like some of it I feel like it's there, but some of it you can like, no, it looks cheap. There's a difference in buying something like it's cheap and then you can actually tell that it's cheap, or buying something cheap but it has a good quality feel.
Elegant.
Yeah. So if that makes sense, I think like Value Core with their items, some of them you can tell like, okay, they were made cheap or they were bought cheap. You can tell, guys, because it's actually like the sunset and I'm facing against the window and I'm sort of feeling the heat because I closed the door. So forgive me if I'm going to be wiping my face because wow, the summer. Yeah, shame. But anyways, that is my take on value core. And then I'd say Mr. Price is the third. I don't feel like they deserve the third. I'd say the fifth. Because Mr. Price Home is really not cheap. Mr. Price Home also has items that you can actually tell that they're not good quality as compared to PEP, for example. There's like cheaper. And with Mr. Price Home, it's more of like your H&M, where you find that they're chasing the trends. So you buy an item when it's summer, and then comes winter, they're coming out with different trends. And for me, that's a different take when it comes to interior decoration, because personally I feel like get items that you know they're going to last in your place, and you can be able to change them around whenever need may be. Because now if you're going to buy something that is trending this week and next week is not trending, then that is going to be a problem. Same goes for furniture. With us, we don't really go for like trending chairs, tables, that kind of stuff. We sit and look at items that we know they're going to have value when we decide to sell them, even if it's a coffee table, even if it's a couch. But for me, it's that thing of having a unique item or piece in your home. I don't want to have a couch whenever I go to other people's places, or mostly in flats where people are renting. They have basically sort of the similar furniture, if that makes sense.
I feel like you're having a deja vu.
Sort of. But for me, Mr. Price Home is more on the higher side when it comes to their products. They don't really come cheap, and would depend on someone's budget. Someone might say, no, Mr. Price is cheap, but on my side, I would say Mr. Price is not really cheap, if that makes sense. So for me, I'm breaking down these 3 stores just for you to have a clue of where you can find certain items, and whatever you feel like tickles your budget, I mean, go for it. I don't know, there are other stores that are like way too expensive. Woolworths is expensive. They sell home items. At home is pricey, and we're not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh no, it's affordable, da 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 da. No, they're not affordable to everyone. Certain people can afford them and certain people cannot afford them. And me personally, I'm always on a budget. I wouldn't spend money on something that I know it's something that is going to come and go, you know, unless it's an item that I feel like, okay, it's timeless, I can use it whenever I feel like using it, or whenever the seasons are changing. That is something that I can use. So I don't know, let me know down in the comments below if you guys feel like, okay, Mr. Price is not expensive, or pephome is more expensive than the other 2 stores, which is Value Core.
Yeah.
No, it's the Value, what?
Value core.
Yeah, Value Core. So basically, just let me know which ones you feel like the more cheaper, and if the quality is actually there. For me personally, certain stores, I feel like they're pricey but the quality is not there, and you find that the cheaper stores actually tend to have better quality than the more pricier stores. Please make sure to subscribe and tell your friends to tell their friends that we're doing DIYs on the cheap side, and we sit and have conversations like this about the stores that we buy items in. You know what it is. Until on the next video, keep safe, keep cool, because it's really hot, and we love you here.